Oz from Feed the Rhino.
And I'm Lew from Feed the Rhino, I think. I'll tell you what has actually been quite nice within the last 6 months is not writing, taking a bit of time off and chilling out and actually going back to playing some shows and getting to tour around and be mates again. And you know, I mean, that's really important for this band. Like, we live quite scattered, you know, we're scattered all over the place really, and to get back on the road and enjoy each other's company and just get out and play our music, play the music that we spent quite a long time writing and making this new step. You know,
it's been awesome,
and stuff like that.
It's been great to finally get the album out, because we took about a year to write the record, and then it wasn't like released. It was finished. The record was finished pretty much in November. So to finally get it out and like start touring again, awesome.
It took a long time. That gap in between is always such a long time, and you don't tend to play that much in that gap, and you can kind of lose your way a little bit, and you can lose touch, and you're always reminding yourself, like, where are we? What are we doing? Are we okay? Are we still a band? Or, you know what I mean? So
you definitely lose in that kind of, it's that natural cycle of, you know, doing the band thing of, you know, you release an album, you know, and you tour it, and then it comes to an end, and there's always this kind of period for us. I don't think we're not really one of these bands that kind of just are always together and writing and jamming. We really kind of tend to kind of have to have these kind of quite focused sessions to write, so we don't really tend to do it so much. So we end the cycle, and then, you know, our management or our label go, right, next album, then we're like,
and it's kind of like back to work.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, feels like it's a real weird thing, but I mean, it's great to have the album out. We're really, really proud of this album as well.
In kind of short, the last 6 months has been very nice and productive for us.
In short, we don't do that, do we?
No, not really.
We like to take the long road round.
Yeah, we do. Amazing, really. From what I can gather, I don't really know too much. We've not really been told too much about it, but from what we've seen online and you know, for people giving response to us on like the like social sites, Twitters and Facebook, it seems like it's gone down really well. And I mean, it's nice as well because we've taken this album in a direction that we wanted to go in for a long time, and to see people really appreciating it as much as the last 2 albums is it's a nice feeling, man.
I suppose I get to see things from a slightly different angle, because I produce bands for a living and obviously produce this album, so I kind of see it from that angle as well, and get a lot of people kind of talking to me maybe about the production and stuff like that. But from what I've seen, it seems to have been gone down kind of better than we expected, because I don't think we kind of got to that point with this album where we're like, do you know what, we're just whatever people think, that's fine, because I'm happy with it.
I think we'll find out as well. Like, we've got a headline tour in October, which is the Sorrow and the Sound tour. So, you know, essentially the album tour, and I think we'll find out, you know, on that tour, when people come to the shows, the reception. I mean, what's been really good, the singles that we've released of late, like, you know, we've been playing shows lately and festivals and whatnot, and people are already singing the songs, singing the lyrics, singing back to you. And I mean, that's when you know you're on the right path and you're doing the right job, you know.
Definitely. I think we've kind of grown in terms of our maturity and what we're writing in our ability. And I think we kind of maybe care a bit less. I don't know. I think it's just a natural growth, isn't it, really? I don't think there's really ever been a kind of, you know, like conscious effort to be like, right, we've got to get away from this, or we want to sound like this. It's just been a very natural, and I think you can hear things on Mr. Red Eye that you can hear in just as much on the new album. And then I think you can hear Burning Suns, you can hear ideas maybe where we've brought in ideas and are kind of playing with them a little bit and trying to kind of get something to work. Maybe it's, you know, it works well in one place, it doesn't work as well on other songs on the album, and then on the new album it's like we've got it. So I think you can really, across the 3 albums, you can tell it's the same band. I think you can see the progression as well.
The thing is as well with this album, like with the first album we just wrote, the second album our stress levels went up. It was quite a stressful process, and we couldn't never figure it out, and we were like, why are we putting so much stress on this? And that was something that we were like 100% not going to do with this album. This album was just like, you know what, we're going to fucking write some songs, and the ideas that we ended up writing, we were just like, usually we'd be like, no, we're a bit over too, we're overcritical on the last album.
Absolutely,
this album, we wasn't. We literally we let it go. We let go of it, and the songs just come out, didn't they? Like,
I think the other thing we did on the second album, which was different to the first album, was that I think we were quite like, I think we all had, after you release one album that you just, like Lee said, you just kind of write as a band, like any band does, just kind of knock some songs up together. On the second album, we had, like, I think everyone had a bit of an agenda of what they want to achieve for themselves. Like, my guitar playing was a bit simplistic on that, or my bass was quiet, or my vocals was too this. I think we all had these kind of little ideas where we wanted to take it, and in places they weren't really. There's still songs. So I'd say like 80% of the album I love. There's just parts where maybe it didn't kind of gel quite as nicely. Whereas with this album, I don't feel there was that separate agendas.
It was quite nice.
It was very much, like, we were just wanting to write songs. We all knew that. Just
to back that up as well, I felt like with this album, just to like stress something. Whereas we kind of like and not a lot of people know this, but we kind of fell apart a little bit with the Burning Suns. We really put a lot into it, and it was really, like I said, it was quite stressful. But this album, it felt like we were writing as real good friends again. We were writing, we were just guys jamming. We were just jamming, and the ideas were just moving themselves. We wasn't even doing anything. It was like we just naturally knew how to play these songs.
I think we got better working together as well. So we all had, before it was very much like usually kind of. Predominantly, James would come up with an idea and then he'd show it to everyone, and we'd all kind of pitch in and do bits, and kind of sometimes that was well received.
It was like having a fucking meeting.
That's
how it felt. Everyone bringing their ideas to the table and trying to put something together.
Whereas this time it's like everyone, I really, really mean it, that everyone had equal share of input on it. Like, I was writing guitar riffs and Sam was writing bass lines, and Chris was writing vocals.
Chris writing vocals with me, and
it was
nice though, man, because it was a relief. It was like, fucking hell, we're actually really doing like this together. We're doing this together, and that's like that. I think for being a band like us, not saying that we're different to any other band, but being a band, the kind of people that we are, the 5 people that we are. It worked for us, man. Do you know what I mean? It worked, and that's made us a better band.
I think the other thing with the album as well, and it does sound egotistical, but this is the truth, is that when we were doing it, I think personally, I don't know, I'm sure the others agree, but I definitely knew it was good. I was like, it wasn't like, oh, is this good? Or, do you think this is good? I was like, this is really good. I'm really proud of this. I'm really excited to, get it out there. So I think we had that kind of momentum of us just going, actually, we've got something here. This is it.